What's up guys, welcome to another great review on Casper. The latest Redmi Note series smartphone with 5G connectivity is the Redmi Note 12 5G Mobile. Let's take a look at the details. Redmi Note 12 5G uses the same design as its Redmi Note 12 colleagues and thus hardly differs visually from the Pro models. All their devices look identical with the same triple camera setup and general look. However, the screen bezel is marginally wider, which still results in a good display-to-surface ratio of around 85%. At 189 grams, it's also quite light for a smartphone of this size. The worst-case scenario for the Note 12 5G is don't drop it in water. Even though it is IP53 rated, meaning it can repel dust and splashes of water, but not advised submersion for any length of time. Redmi has still managed to put a 3.5mm audio jack in the device. You might have switched to Bluetooth headphones and speakers by now, but it's really nice to have that wired option. One of the standout features of the Redmi Note 12 5G is its 6.67-inch AMOLED panel, which has a resolution of 2400 by 1080 pixels and runs at a smooth 120 Hz. This makes navigating the phone feel very fluid and responsive. Most flagship handsets don't go higher than this, so it's great to see it on such an affordable device. Also, the refresh rate can be reduced to 60 Hz in the display settings to conserve power. The likes of HDR10 Plus and Dolby Vision are also missing from the Note 12 5G's display, but I didn't notice. The display is excellent and one of the very best you'll find on a phone at this range. The audio experience on the device is quite moderate. There's just a single downward firing speaker, quality is fair, nothing exceptional. Redmi Note 12 5G is one of the first smartphones to use the Snapdragon 4 Gen 1. As the successor to the Snapdragon 480 Plus, it is said to run around 15% faster than its predecessor. The chipset, which is rather on the low end, in terms of performance, the Snapdragon 4 Gen 1 is comparable to the Snapdragon 732G that featured in the Redmi Note 10 Pro. The only difference is that it has 5G built-in. The Note 12 5G supports expansion via microSD card, all the way up to 1 TB, and the devices come in the options of 4 plus 128. 6 plus 128 or 8GB plus 256 GB, which is not that bad after all. The Redmi Note 12 5G has a triple rear cameras setup. The main lens is 48MP, with a 8MP ultra-wide and 2MP macro, which is capable of some genuinely impressive results. The 13MP front camera is surprisingly excellent. It produces vibrant, detailed selfies, avoiding the common tendency to blow out sky in the background. The 48MP main camera also has some significant weaknesses, such as the lack of image stabilization and poor low-light performance. Footage looks decent, but no optical image stabilization means footage is shaky and often unusable with any significant movement. Video recording is limited to 1080p at 30 frames per second, but that will be fine for most. Equipped with a very respectable 5000 mAh battery. That's in line with many smartphones these days, although battery life is definitely above average. It's got power to spare and can go through an entire day without any need for a charging up. The battery will go the distance, especially with a dial down of the refresh rate from the glorious 120 to 60 Hz. The device does support fast charging with up to 33 watts. The wired fast charge takes 65 minutes to bring the 5000 mAh battery from 0 to 100%. However, the device does not support wireless charging. Android 12 is the OS running on the Redmi Note 12 5G, which is coupled with the manufacturer's MIUI 14 user interface. All device will receive 2 OS upgrades and security updates every 3 months for 3 years. That means it will be limited to Android 15 at best, alongside security patches until 2027. All the Google apps are still here, but Xiaomi has added lots of its own. The company's take on image gallery, file manager, calculator, alarm clock, and many more some of which can't be uninstalled. The Settings app has also been redesigned, while the Bright app icons and widgets take some getting used to. It's certainly not a phone where you can complete a basic setup and be ready to go. The main things that sets apart Redmi Note 12 5G from the rest is its impressive 120Hz AMOLED display, a new Snapdragon chipset, and 5G connectivity. The battery performance is quite okay for a device in this range. Ultimately, the Redmi Note 12 5G can be ranked as a moderate mid-range smartphone for users looking for a mixed specs for day-to-day usage. That's all for now, guys. If you like the video, do subscribe, like and share, and don't forget to press the bell icon to be notified on our next video.